Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk on this new thing that I'm seeing with Gray Zone Warfare. I guess this episode is more so directed towards those that are thinking about buying the game. But you're seeing this thing where people are saying that the AI is too easy, and it's crazy because at one point in time, like, the AI was mad difficult. Like, they will pinpoint you out in an area and you wouldn't even like you're getting killed. You're getting killed regardless. It doesn't matter whether you're close by, far out, you were going to get killed regardless. Like, AI will be able to pinpoint you a mile away and headshot you. Like, no, they were some trained soldiers at one point in time. And then as the game the developers, they came out with more updates, they did make the AI more easier, I guess I would say. But I wouldn't say that the AI is easy. Like, you can run up to them and dance around them and do all these other different things. Like, the AI will still kill you, like, if they see you. And I know there's been times where that's the thing where I'm like, how are you guys playing this game? I guess for those that are saying that the AI is too easy, because I don't know, me personally, when I play this game, and I'm, whether I'm hiding behind a tree, a building, whatever, that's always the rush of playing the game, is that you don't know how the AI is going to react. So you'll have it at times where AI, if you shoot them, they'll just stand there and die. But I mean, yeah, as soon as they see you, they either, I just think it depends on how close you are. But yeah, they'll switch their weapon to single shot and they'll shoot at you. But if you're kind of up close to them, they'll put their gun on full auto and they'll try to do any and everything that they possibly can to kill you. For an example, I'm playing this game earlier. They had me go up to this area. I think it was it to get the revolver? I think it was to get a revolver. But overall, though, I see that there's enemies in the area. So I see one enemy. I ended up shooting him before he could shoot at me. But there was another enemy that was in the area that he seen me and I couldn't see him. And he put his gun on full auto. I had to hurry up and shoot and kill the one guy, take off running to try to, because I'm like, okay, if I stand there and be trying to look for him. And that's the thing where I'm like, okay, the way that you guys are describing it, you're making it seem like you could stand there, shoot that guy, look at the other guy, stand there and shoot him, wait for some more soldiers to show up. They're shooting at you, missing all their shots. Fam, at the end of the day, I feel like the game plays out like a realistic situation. Because, yeah, I mean, if somebody catches you by surprise and then it's kind of dark, I did have it where the brightness is a little bit turned up. So if you guys do watch videos of me playing this game, like if you go on my Twitch stream, yeah, I'm usually playing Gray Zone, and I do have it where the brightness is up. But that is one thing that they're portraying, that is dark. The enemies at times, I don't think, not the enemies that will, like the local gang members and stuff like that, I don't believe, they don't never show them having night vision goggles. So I think how they're basing it is that it's dark and they can't see. So it's like you see somebody in some tactical clothes, or not even that. You don't even see the guy walk up in no tactical clothes. You just hear your friend getting shot at. You turn around and you just start shooting. I feel like that's a realistic situation. And then, obviously now I will say that the one thing that they don't do, where I'm like, okay, but I guess I don't know, like, I feel like it might have a lot to do with me playing games like The Division, but I do feel like that, the enemies, they don't walk up on you, like, after they unshot you and stuff. Like, sometimes they will, and I just think it's a distance thing, but if they're far out, they're not gonna walk up to see if they shot and killed you and stuff. No, they're gonna stand there and be all like, okay, and I guess they're kind of doing the same thing that I'm doing. It's like, all right, I'm gonna wait for this guy to poke his head out, I'm gonna shoot and kill him, and so maybe they just kind of mimicking what the player is doing. But at the end of the day, I will not say that Gray Zone Warfare is an easy game, because there are so many challenges. Or like, the thing is this, it's easy once when you pick it up and understand it, and I wouldn't say it's one of those games where it's like you have to pretty much reteach yourself how to play a shooter game. Like, it is, because I don't play a whole lot of survival shooter games. That's what Gray Zone Warfare is. Gray Zone is a survival extraction shooter. The survival comes in place when your character done got shot, whether it's in the chest, arm, leg, head, and you got to tend to those injuries. You might need to bring you a packet of blood. You might need to bring you some bandages. You might have to bring some painkillers. What are some other things? And I guess to tend to your character on a regular basis, you are going to have to bring food and water. What are some other things? And then I guess there's areas where they got radiation, so you might need you some pills to tend to the radiation injuries and stuff. What are some other things they have in that game? The distance that you'll have to travel, and that's the thing. They'll have it where there's areas like the landing zones where you haven't even discovered it yet. So guess what? You're gonna have to walk some distance. For an example, yesterday I'm playing this game, and fam, I would have to say, yesterday was probably the longest distance that I've ever went into that game, because they had it where it was that Poppy Fields mission. For those that know what I'm talking about, yeah, I did that mission, and I ain't have the landing zones. I should have maybe did that mission last, but I didn't know that the Poppy Fields, they had them pretty much scattered throughout the map. So they had me go off up into one area where the mission takes place at. Then they had me travel all the way to another area. Then they had me travel pretty much, it was right outside ground zero. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, fam, why do they have you doing all of this traveling when they could have just very well had it where all the Poppy Fields was in the same area? I mean, what's going on here? You know, like I found that a tad bit confusing. But overall, though, but the times where you're having to be as strategic as possible, because the thing is this game ain't no walk in the park. It's not no like, oh, you could just like some Call of Duty type stuff. No, there's at times where enemies, if you're not paying attention, enemies will catch you by surprise. Trust me, I know. I have been playing this game since the game came out, and that's the thing. I remember back then, like, just there was a area I remember I was walking by, and I think that might have been at the time when the AI wasn't really all that up to date, but I remember I was walking in an area, immediately got, I think I was shot in the head and killed. Now, it might have had a lot to do with me not having a helmet on, but overall, at the end of the day, I'm like, fam, where did that enemy come from? You know, like what's going on? Why am I being shot at? And I remember I gave up on the game. Then they had me do a mission at night. Now, this was before I was paying attention to brightness, and it was either the saturation or contrast, whatever it is. But overall, though, they had me out pretty much in the pitch black trying to shoot at some enemies. I couldn't see nothing. I didn't know where I was going at. When you're playing that game on pretty much like the true visual settings, like you don't have the brightness all the way up on high and all that stuff, the thing is this: you can make the game easy, all right? But at the same time, when you're playing it like in a realistic situation where it's dark and you can't, yeah, fam, people that are saying that this game, the AI is easy, you know, or even overall saying that the game is easy, it's not. It really isn't. You know, it's easy, and I guess for me, I would say that the game is somewhat easy. You know, like like I feel like going into situations, I know what to do. I know what to get a hold of, look for, and all these other. Well, I wouldn't say because yeah, there's at times they have you do them search missions, and yeah, at times I don't even know what I'm looking. Looking for, because it's an item I ain't never seen before, and so I am having to go back and forth from Google, and I don't like doing that. I like to just be able to play the game, but I'm like, I guess, you know, when it comes down to games like this where I am having fun, I really don't mind, but games where I'm trying to figure it out for the first time, yeah, I don't like doing that. But that is going to be something like the more you play this game, the more you're going to have to go to Google and figure out missions and all these other different things, because yeah, there's at times that I just, hopefully in future updates, they do have it where going about the missions is a little bit easier, so I feel like at one point in time, this game can be considered an easy video game, but maybe, I don't know, they'll probably add some challenges where it's like, you know, the enemies, they have better weapons, you know, like I feel like there's a lot that could be done and changed to that game, but at the same time, where this game is at right now, I don't have a problem with it. You know, like I have to say, yeah, them search missions, that'll probably be the only thing. But if that was fixed, if that was normal, fam, I wouldn't have no problem with this game. And I wouldn't have no problems with the AI. Because my thing is that if you have the right type of armor, the right type of weapons, the AI, and I think that's what it is. I think that a lot of people, if they do consider the AI difficult, if you have like the wrong type of ammo, because I think there's the one ammo, the starter ammo that they give you, like the SP bullets for the assault rifles, like the M4 and stuff. Yeah, that ammo can't do nothing. I remember I was playing it and I went to Midnight Sapphire and I was with this guy and he even told me that. Yeah, he was like, that ammo ain't do. I think it's the soft point. I think that's what SP stands for. But yeah, he was like, that ammo ain't doing nothing. Like that's just pretty much giving them a little pinch and stuff. And I'm like, dang, bro, I guess aim for the head. If I can and stuff. But that's the thing. You can't really be, trying to pinpoint that. So I wouldn't say that the AI is easy. Like they do have their challenges and stuff, but it just really depends on what you have. So I'm like, and yeah, there's at times where you can't even see the AI. You can't see or hear them. They might know that you're in the area. You step on a stick, something, I don't know. But overall, though, they'll know. There's at times where they know that you're there before you know that they're there. So I said that right. But anyways, yeah, it's like, fam, the game is not an easy game. The AI isn't easy. I would say when you play the game and you get a little bit of experience, then the game can be easy. But for now, no, this is a game where it has some challenges to it and stuff, And and I feel like now after 0.4, yes, they did make the game a little bit easier. But it's still one of those games where it's like you have to go in there with a strategy. You can't just go in there running and gunning thinking this some Call of Duty stuff where it's like you gonna have to go into missions with a strategy. So I'm like, my strategy is hide behind buildings, hide behind trees, do my best to aim and make sure I kill the enemy and stuff, But yeah, the game, it's not an easy game. The AI isn't easy. So this whole thing about the AI being easy, and I guess like that's what I would overall ask those people is, how are you going about playing the game? Because if you are doing the easy missions, then yes, of course the AI is going to be easy. But when you go into like, yeah, let's say Midnight Sapphire, Tiger Bay, and you go in there, with limited supplies and things, do you think the game's still gonna be easy? If you find yourself being ambushed by enemies you didn't even know that was there, do you gonna still find the game easy? And so that's what I'm like, and I feel like there might be some people out there that has a little bit more experience in tactical shooter games and stuff, but I'm like, for somebody like me, I'm like, I don't. So I think that's like, people like that, it's like where they say, oh, the AI is too easy. Are you saying that for the whole audience, or are you saying that for the audiences or for the audience out there where they're experienced with technical shooters? Because if so, then it's like, okay, you need to say that. But I feel like people go into this game thinking that the AI is easy. You can walk up on them, they just gonna do some old dumb stuff. No, that's not the case. An enemy will see you and they will shoot and kill you, fam. And so that's the one thing that I remember going through in this game. I remember trying to get my loot back, and that was when I found out the whole loot is too old thing. Fam, I was trying to go at these enemies every different way possible, and I feel like that experience, it humbled me enough to know that it's like, okay, trees and buildings, like anything that can block my body, that's going to be extremely helpful. Because no, that's what I did. I was like, I was trying to get my stuff back, not realizing that my loot was too old, and I think I had died too many times. But overall, no, I went to go try to get my stuff back, but they could not shoot me while I was behind this tree. So a guy did show up. Shout out to that guy. I think his name was like One Hitter or One Killer or something. I think it was One Hitter. But anyways, no, yeah, he showed up, killed the guys, and then after that, I was like, that is going to be my go-to thing. Hide behind trees and wait for them to stop shooting. Then, yes, then the AIs can be easy, but I do not have a problem with where they are at right now, because there have been numerous times where I done got killed, fam. So here's the thing. I try to be smart when I play this game, but there are some times where enemies do catch me lacking sometimes. Like, I think so far in this update, I've died in a total of 4 times, and I think it was, most of it was, I think, yeah, because I died once already before, and I think I died twice at that place trying to get my loot back, and then I died once more. So yeah, I remember all the different times that I died, because then the next time was I was getting ready to leave, or I left up out of this control point, and yeah, the enemies they caught me by surprise, because I didn't realize the enemies was gonna be right there and stuff. So, and it's funny too, because people, they say that how the game is too easy, yet there's people out there complaining about, well, I wouldn't say complaining, but they're talking on their frustrations with the AI being right there at times at the LZ, the landing zone. So you go out and do missions, there's going to be some enemies right there and stuff. So that's why I'm like, with me, I try to, okay, I'm like, let me find an area where I can crouch at. If not that, then I'm like, I have to make sure that I use all 30 bullets to incapacitate. I think that's the word that I'm looking for. But to make sure that the enemies don't move around as much, because that is one thing for sure, that if you shoot them, they, and you shoot something like, you know, that's going to do damage, like if they're bleeding and all that stuff, they won't really shoot at you. So I'm not saying that that's an opportunity to walk up, because I think if you get close enough, they'll shoot at you. But if you're kind of some distance out, then they won't shoot at you. They just gonna bleed out and die. So, or they'll try to run off somewhere and bleed out and die. But yeah, overall though, I'm like, the game being considered easy, or the AI being easy, you play the game a little bit more, go into them difficult areas. I guarantee and I promise you, you gonna learn, you gonna understand that it's not all that easy. But anyways, with that being said, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow or subscribe, viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And peace.